Yes, y'all. Once again, you are tuned into WESU 88.1 FM in Middletown. And you are plugged into the matrix that is the Scienz Projekt, aka Hip Hop Hodge, with your host DJ Syintifik. And we're on every first, third, and fifth Saturday from 10:30 to 12:30. We play that raw hip hop, that against the grain hip hop, never mixed, watered down, diluted, or any form, you know what I mean? And we alternate every week with another great hip hop program. My brothers, Oxhead Magoo, DJ Sabotage, Transmission 28 days later. And now back to the Scienz Projekt. What you just heard was the Blast Master, the teacher, KRS-One, live at Toad's Place. Fusion Fest just went down. Mighty shout outs to Mind's Eye Entertainment for bringing a legend like KRS-One through. Yo, we blessed us, dropped some jewels on us. I'll play a little bit more in a little while. Major shout out to the winners. We gave you those tickets away last program. Major shout out to y'all. Hope you got there safely. Hope you enjoyed the program. This show is going to be a banger. We got special guests in here tonight. Let them know who you are, G. Let them know your name.
Peace. This is S.U.N from the Temple of Hip Hop. Peace.
That's right, y'all. The Temple of Hip Hop in the current of the teacher, the Blast Master coming through. We got the Temple of Hip Hop member and CT representative, my man S.U.N, here to bless y'all. We're going to chop it up in a little while. We're going to build on the gospel of hip hop. We're going to build on the current state of hip hop. We're going to build on, well, hold on. You got a meeting coming soon?
Yeah, yes, sir. We got a meeting coming up this Monday at 7 o'clock in New Britain. Right on Main Street. It's going to be right across the street from the town hall. You can't miss it. You can't miss us. And straight up and down is something that you really need to be at.
You heard it from the man himself, S.U.N, Temple of Hip Hop. It's going down major. But before I get this show started, I want to say the views expressed on this program are the views of the individual broadcaster and by no means reflect the views of the Wesleyan University or the WESU management. This program will contain material not suitable for children or sensitive listeners. If you are offended by profanity, please tune out now. If you have questions about the WESU indecency and obscenity policy, please contact our board of directors at 860-685-7703, or you can send us an email at wesu@wesufm.org. You can also stream us online at wesu@wesufm.org. And if you want to call in shout-outs, requests, any kind of jewels you want to drop on us, anything going on within the hip-hop community, you can hit us up at 860-685-7700. Yes, y'all. Mic check 1 2 1 2. You are still tuned into the Scienz Projekt with your host DJ Syintifik, aka Scientific Law. And we got in the building my man S.U.N from the Temple of Hip Hop. As promised, we are about to build and take it to the heavens. But before I get this whole interview started and everything, yo, just showing and proving. I hope y'all enjoying the program. Just showing and proving that we pioneers in this whole hip hop thing right here. I promised y'all, each and every single one of y'all listeners, I was going to make this summer very, very hot for y'all and try to bring the best in pure hip-hop. I've strived to done it. We brought Political Animals, Deuce Bugs, Big Stat, Redman. Now we got the Temple of Hip-Hop up in here. We gave away tickets to Fusion Fest. I got a lot of things planned coming real soon. Blackistan, some other things going on. But like I said, now we got the Temple of Hip Hop, my man S.U.N. We got SMB in the background. And now it's time for us to take y'all to another level. The number is 860-685-7700. But please don't call right now while we build and we chop it up. But feel free to give a call right after. But to my man S.U.N, let's get this thing started. I want my people to get to know who you are and everything. First of all, let's start with yourself. S.U.N, can you please break down the name for the listeners so they can get a better understanding of who you are?
All right. I go by the name of S.U.N. That is S.U.N.1. Stands for Student of the Universe Naturally. Also, pretty much it's essentially the sun come to bring the light. The light is here. The light of the world is hip-hop. And I've come to bring that message and essentially share the teachings of my teacher and the teachings of all my teachers and all of our teachers that have ever come to essentially bless the earth. So,
all right, well said. You represent I want to say an organization, but I'm going to use that term very loosely. But you represent a movement, better yet.
Yes, sir.
By the name of the Temple of Hip Hop.
Yes, sir.
Can you please elaborate to the listeners, in your best words or from your best understanding, what exactly is the Temple of Hip Hop, its agenda, its purpose on the planet Earth, XYZ?
All right. Now, what the Temple of Hip Hop really is going to be the society of people that actually go out into the world and actually do the works that need to be done for the people that need help. A Temple of Hip Hop is an actual person. There is no physical structure on earth that is the Temple of Hip Hop besides the actual person. What we are going to do is we are going to go out into the streets. We are going to clean streets. We are going to provide shelter for those that we can that need shelter. We are going to provide clothing. We are going to provide food. We are going to provide the necessary utensils of life that people need to essentially survive, because a lot of people need help right now, and we are the ones that are willing to take on that work, and we're actually going to do it no matter what.
All right. So a lot of people, when they hear the Temple of Hip Hop, they're thinking of the elements, the breakdancing, the graffiti, the MCing, the DJing, and all the other various aspects and elements that the teacher has brought. When I say the teacher, I mean KRS-One. Is it just about that?
Actually, when it comes down to the elements, what the elements really are essentially is just, they are the skills that we will use that are obviously showing their profitability within society, that we are a market of ourselves, and that we are valuable. So we are going to essentially build these skills that we have been given through the tools of what we call hip hop. But hip hop essentially is what it comes down to. It's the love that we shared for each other that made us want to come together and unify in order to not be succumbed to negativity that was essentially surrounding us in the path that we were definitely about to go down. So essentially the elements, they're going to be used as tools, and essentially just, it's like breaking bread, or something that you share with each other to eat with and to combine into community and share your talents and essentially show your worth. But what it comes down to is that hip-hop is really going to be a lifestyle of self-governance, where people take accountability of the actions in every single in their daily lifestyles, and essentially be the change that they really want to see. Instead of hoping for it, we're actually going to just be it, and be it something very immediate, because there's an emergency out there that kids need to start communicating with adults, and we're willing to do this. This is an ageless society of which no sexes matter, no races matter, none of that. It's just essentially what skills that you have, and if you don't have any skills, we are teachers, so it's something that we'd like to share with you to show you that you have the same abilities within you to bring yourself out of pretty much anything that you may believe that is holding you back. It's all about you and what you perceive as your principles. But we know and understand that there are many people who really want to get out there. They want to help. They just don't see anybody else doing it, and they're waiting essentially for us, the Temple of Hip Hop, the real Temple of Hip Hop.
Well spoken, brother. I'm going to ask you a question that might sound very familiar to you, but I want you to spread it out to the people. Why the Temple of Hip Hop, and why now in these days and times? When everything else is going on, we have all these street tribes, we got Crips, we got Bloods, we got Latin Kings, XYZ. Why the Temple of Hip Hop, and why now?
Well, essentially it's the Temple of Hip Hop because we are the ones that are actually about to do it. We're going to do it. It starts on Monday. I'll just say that real quick. On Monday at 7 o'clock in New Britain on Main Street, we will be gathering to really get to the nitty-gritty of things of how we're actually going to execute these plans. But we're in the process of actually doing it. No one else is doing it. We would like that hopefully will be the example for the majority of different factions out there that claim to have these same principles that we have. This is essentially a call to action to come out and actually activate on the things that you swear to stand by. So we want everybody to take accountability, from politicians to police officers to teachers to the person who's flipping that burger. Make sure that they don't drop that on the floor and pick it back up and put it in your bun. You know what I mean? It's you can equate it to everything. Essentially, it just comes down to everybody doing the right thing that we all know that is very, very possible. But I know that at like this point in time, only certain people have a certain seriousness about them that are actually going to be able to follow through and execute. I don't fault anybody who can't follow through with what we're about to do, because it's not necessarily an easy project. I know I've been building upon it for years with certain brothers such as yourself. DJ Scientifik, y'all don't know, but he's going to be right there with the brothers. Like, it's going down. But it's been a long time coming, and essentially a lot of different places, they didn't necessarily accept us because we were the ones that were screaming out, let's do it. And when you really take what the teacher has brought, and you have to see what he created the gospel of hip hop. And when you actually read it, you'll understand of what actual work he's come to make sure that gets done, or that he wants to initiate to actually happen. So you may think you know KRS-One, you may think that you know, oh yeah, he's a dope rhyme sayer, he's a ill MC, he's the god of rap and all of that. But when you actually see the work and the time that he's put into actually making the gospel of hip hop, and then what the actual gospel of hip hop says and what it's doing, it is more of the community. It's for the community. It's to help the community. This is what the Temple of Hip Hop is about. Yes, we will rhyme, we will break, we will graph, we will do all of that in fun and joining together, because we are brothers and we're not squares. We ain't gonna sit around doing absolutely nothing. We're gonna have fun in the process of doing this, but we're also gonna make sure that everybody gets right and everybody gets themselves up and act accordingly to the point of the new world change which is going on, which is us, the Temple of Hip Hop. We're coming. We're here.
All right. I'm going to take it to the elements for a quick second. The state of hip hop in its present day and time. How do you feel about the present state of hip hop? Hold on. Pardon self. Before you even answer that one, let's take it a step further before that. To you, what is hip hop? And then we'll take it to what is the state of hip hop from your understanding, from your view. What is hip hop to you personally?
Okay. Hip hop to me personally is my lifestyle. It is essentially everything that I do, it is hip hop. Every single morning I wake up, I start off with hip hop. I think about hip hop. I dream about hip hop. But not the hip hop that I look in, the way that I define it is hip hop is positivity and positive works and righteous doings. And so to equate that and to see, I'll just go right into your next question, to see what that hip hop that I see in the way that it is supposed to make people and the power that it has to produce somebody such as myself who wasn't necessarily always doing the right things, who couldn't necessarily get themselves up spiritually, but used hip hop to do that, and the teachings that came through hip hop and people who lived hip hop, that the way that it is being displayed on regular radio is an atrocity. Essentially, we all know and understand these words have power, and that what they're doing is totally misrepresenting our culture. I don't care that they exist, because they can exist all that they want. The balance that is lacking, that is showing, and the fact that they're carrying the name hip hop, it's really going to come to a point where we're like, you can't carry the name hip hop like that if you're not really living hip hop, because hip hop is what we say it is how we defined it. And you're going to have to answer to that if that's what you want to say. You could rap all day. You could be a rapper. Rap yourselves till you can't rap no more. That's straight. But as far as hip hop is concerned, this is where we've taken it. It's what the Zulu Nation was all about. You know the Zulu Nation runs hip hop. You know the Temple of Hip Hop is essentially about to police hip hop. It's ours. Leave it alone. Do what you doing while you alone. Straight up. But essentially, this is the way we look at it. We know and understand that what they're doing is essentially like Louis Farrakhan, the brother, peace and blessings upon him. He said it plainly that they're making it very, very hard for him to deal with any type of issues going on with anyone of a poor status or any type of righteous works, because they're essentially making us look bad. You are. It is not what we are about, and you're showing no intelligence. We are the intelligent. We are the most intelligent, and we are going to show that. Every single race, color, and creed together, combined together, are going to show you that we can be that which you guys don't want us to be, which the world does not want us to be. We are going to come together to become the greatest force on this earth, and there's nothing that they can do to stop it. We're already here. You already haven't stopped us. We're here. It's going down, yeah, straight up.
Yeah, man, you got me a little boggled right now and speechless. But this is where we like to take it, man. Like I say, I always represent the high science, the intellectual side, the street science, the everyday grind, and the revolutionary science. That's brothers, militant brothers just trying to take a stand, shall I say, and trying to make a change. And you hearing it right here on the Scienz Projekt, always showing and proving. You know, it's not just about beats and rhymes, but it definitely is about beats and rhymes. But, you know, we always striving to take it to another level with brothers such as S.U.N coming through. You spoke about a meeting going down.
Yes, sir.
Monday
night.
What time again?
7 o'clock.
Till what time?
Till it ends.
Till it ends. Where again?
It'll be in Main Street, New Britain, Connecticut. Right across the street from the town hall. You can't miss us. You can't miss us.
So, where do you see the Temple of Hip Hop in this movement where you're taking it? If you could view down into the future, so to say, where do you see what you're doing within the next, make it easy, year from now, 2 years from now?
In the next year from now or 2 years from now, we're going to be essentially in full circle. We're gonna be fully active within the community. Everybody is going to be talking about us because of the works that we're going to do. We're going to do things that nobody else has been willing to do. Nobody else has been willing to put in the time to do. Because they're not getting paid. We don't care about getting paid. We just care about real things happening and real change happening. We are going to start holding essentially everybody within society accountable. Everybody is going to be accountable for the actions and the things that they do. Like, to the point of you find that there's a problem with electing politicians and then them getting into office and then not following through with what you voted them in for. We're not going to stand for that any longer. You can't do that. It's going to be against our law. We have our own laws that we are living by, and they are to be righteous, and they are going to have to adhere to our laws as much as we adhere to their laws. And we will adhere to their laws. We have no problem with that. We're not trying to cause any type of problem. We're not trying to cause any violence. We just want the BS to stop. The BS is going to stop, and they are going to act like adults. Stop getting drunk and handle your business. That's all I see them doing, is getting together, having cocktail parties, voting on things. It's so boring, it'll kill you. It's ridiculous. It's time for the movement to begin. The movement has begun under the direction of the Zulu Nation, the Temple of Hip Hop, the Gods in the Earth, the Nation of Islam, all righteous people on the planet Earth. Let's go right now.
You heard him, y'all. It's time to go. So basically what you're saying in short is you bringing forth a revolution.
Yes, sir. We're here.
Don't get scared, y'all. All revolution means is change, you know what I mean? And what the brother is trying to say is that it's time to eradicate all that watered down, mixed, diluted, crooked, off the straight pathness, you know what I mean? Anything else you want to leave the listeners with? We're going to come back in a few minutes. But is there anything you want to leave them with until we come back? Something to think on, marinate on?
Sure. Just when you think about, or when you ask yourself, well, do I really want to be a part of this? I just ask you to really think about that it's not you doing it for you. It's you doing it for the children. There is absolutely nothing wrong with them. They are only going to grow up and learn what we're doing. We can be an example that essentially will set them and allow them to know that the things aren't fair and actually have enough courage to fight for it and make sure that what we set off actually carries through. So know that it's just going to take your body to get out there and do the work. They are the ones that are going to have the full intelligence enough to not carry on and do the things that we're doing. They won't be killing themselves daily.
All right, y'all. You heard from the man himself, someone. He will be back in a few minutes.